mentioned in the video message. One is in Seoul, and the other is in Tokyo. Anyway, as you know, the concept of nuclear weapon-free zone appeared in Article 7 of the 1970 Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, and has subsequently been expanded and strengthened repeatedly in NPT review conferences. Although there already exist nuclear weapon-free zones in other regions, in Northeast Asia, which is the sole region of the world to have suffered atomic bombs, there exists no such zone. Furthermore, non-governments in the region has made efforts in the pursuit of establishment of such a zone. I truly find it regrettable. The denuclearization of Northeast Asia, where conflicts among countries with and without nuclear weapons have long continued, is a test case for global effort to achieve a world free of nuclear weapons. Countries in the region have continued to choose the security relying on nuclear deterrence. Security based on nuclear deterrence will not bring real peace to the region. Rather, it will perpetuate insecurity rooted in arms races of distrust and never-ending confrontation. In order to liquidate the legacy of the Cold War, I feel that it is necessary to build peace based on mutual trust. Now, I would like to speak on the effort to establish such a zone by the Democratic Party caucus or Progress in Nuclear Disarmament, of which I am the executive director. Our group has developed a draft treaty based on the pioneering works by NGOs, especially those by Peace Depot, and with kind assistance from Dr. Hiromichi Umebayashi. Mr. Okada, former chair of our group and now the Foreign Minister of Japan, announced our draft treaty in Nagasaki in August 2008 on the eve of Nagasaki Day. So, as Mr. You mentioned in the beginning, we have delivered the two papers. One is joint statement, and other is future of the Northeast Asian nuclear-free weapon-free zone. So please refer to these papers while I am making a statement. Anyway, in the draft treaty, there are two main points. The first is 3+3 structures. There are two categories of state parties. Interzonal states, which are South Korea, North Korea, and Japan, and neighboring nuclear weapon states, which are China, Russia, and the US. The obligation of interzonal state is to eliminate all dependence on nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the obligation of neighboring nuclear weapon state is to provide negative security assurance, NSA. The neighboring nuclear weapon state shall not use or threaten to use nuclear weapons against the interzonal state. Last year in May, I was given several opportunities to introduce our draft treaties in the side event of the 2009 NPT Preparatory Committee. I also participated in the workshop jointly organized by the NGOs of South Korea and Japan. This unique opportunity has inspired me to work together with parliamentarians of South Korea, which also adopts a security policy depending on nuclear deterrence. As I mentioned in the beginning, I visited South Korea with Japanese NGO Peace Depot members last November. we participated in the conference held in the South Korea Parliament and exchanged views and opinions about the regional security issue with many members of the parliament from various political parties, including Ms. Lee Mi-hyun. Then in February this year in Tokyo, PNLD Korea and PNLD Japan jointly organized a conference in which parliamentarians from both South Korea and Japan participate to discuss about the Northeast Asia nuclear weapon-free zone. So second paper which we have delivered to you, the joint statement by the Parliament of Japan and the Republic of Korea. So I would like you to refer to this paper. As stated in the joint statement by parliamentarians of Japan and the Republic of Korea toward the denuclearization of Northeast Asia, we have agreed as follows. First, we recognize the importance of solidarity and cooperation between Japan and the ROK, Republic of Korea, in achieving the denuclearization of Northeast Asia. With Japan, the ROK and the DPRK, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, being forbidden from possessing nuclear weapons, and with all countries being forbidden from using or threatening to use such weapons against them. Efforts by the government of Japan and South Korea, along with parliamentarians, local authorities, and peace-loving citizens and NGOs, are critical to achieve this end. Second, we urge the government of Japan and South Korea to accelerate the normalization of relations with North Korea through active dialogue and to seek solutions to the nuclear issues involving North Korea through its return to six-party talks, as well as through credible measures taken by relevant countries to support its return. Third, we urge the government of Japan and South Korea to pledge and give support for medical care and compensation to atomic bomb survivors, including those from North Korea and South Korea, and to second-generation survivors, and to establish concrete systems as needed. The two governments should also raise public awareness regarding the importance of abolishing nuclear weapons by making the tragedy caused by atomic bombing widely known, and should conduct education based on the lessons learned from these experiences. Fourth, we recognize that a Northeast Asia nuclear weapon-free zone initiative will be effective for achieving the denuclearization of the region. We urge the governments in the region, and in particular those of Japan and South Korea, to adequately discuss this proposal. We would also like to see various actors make continued effort to gain international support. In particular, we call on the governments of Japan and South Korea to advocate the establishment of a Northeast Asia nuclear weapon-free zone in the NPT RevCon conference in May 2010. Based on this joint statement, I have made an effort to urge the government of Japan to propose Northeast Asia nuclear weapon-free zone initiative at the 2010 MTP review conference, even though various preconditions are attached to the proposal. However, my effort was